And we are going. What's going on with everybody? It is your boy Eric, aka Young Guy, coming to you live in the Green Dungeon, giving it to you real raw rugged. And I have a returning guest, man, from I looked it up today, 2019. So it's been about 3 years, man.
Two
Uh
time, two time, two time.
hey, nigga got the ice around his neck this time, man. Please
Oh,
introduce yourself, man.
my name is Mavi, Mavi for mayor. Um, Mayor Charlotte, young pretty nigga, opportunity kid, prosperity gang, KS. No, yeah, you know me,
Hey,
nigga from Charlotte, the sun, all
I,
that.
I want to let the people know that's watching right now. Hey, I just so y'all know, this nigga has not won Hollywood. This nigga been tapped in with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know you seen any of the babyface
Hey,
interviews
you
and
you
stuff.
ain't you ain't you ain't go Hollywood on me. And once I got to talking to Face and V's, I'd have been like, fuck these underground niggas. And you ain't did me like that. But so yeah, you kept it G with me, bro. And I appreciate you having me back on, man.
Well,
And
something
the platform continue to grow and you continue to grow, you remain authentic and you remain impressive and enthusiastic. And I love that, bro. I love watching that.
I appreciate the kind words, but
For
something
sure.
that we share in common for me just looking at the interviews that
Mm.
you've been doing, we have a respect for them Detroit niggas.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
where like I want to like find out like how did you find out about that scene when it was popping? Like why you respect him so much? Because I respect him a lot, and I see you do too.
All right. What you want me to answer first? How I got tapped in or why I respect it so much?
Yeah, just either one, either one.
I got tapped in around the time we did our interview. When I was traveling around doing my first Let the Sun Talk shows, I stumbled upon this Babyface Ray song entitled Trill Spill in 2019. And he makes really good traveling music, grinding music. Like he's very similar to Future in that way. Like he's a great artist to narrate life's journeys and hard work. Um, so that was my first introduction to Face. And then it just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Like I got used to this. The what's the name? Rich King. I'm thinking about signing that guy. All of those tapes. Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes,
King
yes,
tapes,
yes.
all of them. But the reason why I respect them is because A, they're very classy. Like the classiest niggas I met who like really want to be a rapper. And two, that they really rap from a very honest place, not even only in their content, but in their reason for wanting to rap. They want to rap to rap. Like they don't want to rap because it's what's gonna get them money or what's gonna get them glitz and glamour and women and all of this. They already knew ways to get that without rapping. So they really honored the art form and like the value and expression behind rap. And I appreciate that about them a whole lot.
I agree. I feel like you described him as classy. Me and my homeboy Rari, who's funny because Rari put me on to all the Michigan niggas and he put me on to you. He Me and him always say like we look at Ray and we look at Los and Nutty, we be like, damn, these some cool cats right here, man. They just seem
Bro,
like
literally,
real cool
they
cats.
are. And they very like the term down to earth is kind of watered down. But I can definitely say they are. Like just in our limited interactions, they've always been very encouraging to me, funny, personable kind of people. Even as we move city to city to city, and it's all type of different people we come across. That was one thing that impressed me about them. They felt well traveled and mature in a way that like I want to reflect when I get to that age, that stage of being a rap nigga, you know?
Well, speaking of age, something else I really appreciate about them, and I don't know if you would agree, but uh I feel like they're not old niggas. They're older than us. They're like pushing
Yeah.
30 to 30s or whatever. Niggas who are older are making some of the best hip hop right now, in my opinion. And that would include that. Like everybody that we're talking about in Michigan is either in their 30s or approaching their 30s. They're not like young 19, 20-year-old niggas or whatever. And
Yeah.
I feel like
I
that
think,
comes from them having experience, gaining wisdom, and, just really talk like it's some grown man music type. You feel me?
yeah, whereas rap, like people want it to be a young man's game because you must be willing to crash out. You must be willing to say stupid shit. You must be willing to throw it all into the fire. They reflect kind of like the Hove approach, where you must have done shit. You must be somebody. And that takes years and time and experience, like how you were saying, for sure.
Which is interesting with you because you 22, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
23. I just,
23.
yeah.
Hey, happy belated birthday, man. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you, man. I'm getting old.
Hey, man, mine coming up next week, man. So I feel you,
Yeah.
man. But yeah. So what's interesting about you is that you are 23, and you think about a lot of niggas that are popping right now that are around our age. They
Mm-hmm.
don't seem as wise as you. They don't seem as knowledgeable as you. And I, well, hold on. Because you have niggas like, of course, you got the Mikes, you got the Sages, you know what I'm saying? You got niggas like that is making Earl, you got a lot of them type niggas or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of young niggas that even that I'm around right now, it's kind of like you said, it's kind of like the crash out. Like niggas want to hear drill shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Niggas want to hear niggas get drilled. Niggas want to hear just straight wild type
And
music.
I think that's also something different about me. Like,
Mm.
I like trap music. I like niggas who get money. Like, I like trap niggas. Like, I get along real good with a lot of niggas who getting money. I don't like all kind of crash out. I don't like violence and stuff like that. That ain't really what I'm into.
That's why I
I
like
like,
Detroit music, because them niggas ain't really talking about that. Them niggas just talking about
yeah,
getting money.
I like hustle more than violence for sure.
And I feel like just me bringing up the age, I feel like you write kind of, you write much older. You feel me? Like the way you
Yeah,
write and the way that you're writing, somebody would probably think like, oh, this nigga is a little bit older. And was that something that was like always in you, just even before rapping, like
yeah. When I
like
was a
older type
kid,
niggas?
yeah, even when I was 16, like, you know what I'm saying? I was writing the same kind of way. But that's a really good compliment though, that I write older than I am, because while rap is a young man's game, when I was talking about the whole approach where you have to live or you have to be somebody, you know what's the old man's game?
What's up?
Literature.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm more trying to stab at through this rap shit, you know?
Hey, well, I was gonna say this for the internet interview because we did it last time in the internet interview.
Mhm.
But niggas' favorite thing about that interview, niggas loved finding out what books you was reading. So you speaking of literature, I feel like we kind of had to run it back. What are you reading now in 2022?
Um, okay. I got Black Music by Leroy Jones slash Amiri Baraka. I got this Toni Morrison 3-pack. This shit crazy. It got Song of Solomon, Tar Baby, and Sula in it. I already read Sula though. I'm reading Tar Baby. Um, I've been going to. I'm gonna do a shameless plug if that's okay with you.
Go for it.
All right. So this Toni Morrison book that I got, and I got like these 70s, like this is a DC comic Wolfgang, and this is a DC comic Black Lightning, like from the 70s or whatever. Got it from my favorite bookstore in Charlotte called Archive CLT. They got hella like older Black fairs and first edition books and shit. So that's what I've been fucking with. I'm fucking with Nigger by Dick Gregory. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking with right now though.
Are you into documentaries at all?
Yeah, I just watched Toni Morrison's documentary. I really loved it.
Really? Where's that at?
I think you could find it on YouTube or Amazon if not.
Got you. I was gonna recommend. I had watched the Dick Gregory documentary this summer, and really good stuff. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but
Yeah, I done seen a lot of his talks that might come from his documentary, but I haven't seen the full long form one. Yeah, but I really like his sense of humor, and that he employed his sense of humor for like a political end. That's like important. That's basically what the album is about for real.
mm,
Like the link between laughter and Blackness as a political existence, you know?
If anybody wants to watch any good Dick Gregory stuff, speaking of my interviews, I interviewed this guy named Real Black. He has a YouTube channel.
Oh, I'm subscribed to Real Black. Wow, I didn't know you interviewed her.
So I interviewed Real Black and we talked about his because he got a bunch of Dick Gregory interviews. And
Right, yeah, that them is the ones I've seen.
yes, Dick Gregory, he was saying how it was so interesting because Dick Gregory he would just be snapping on him and just very interesting
Yeah.
stuff. So if anybody wants to dive into Dick Gregory, I would say just Google Dick Gregory Real Black.
Yeah, he wasn't playing with us. Yeah, he was not playing. But all my favorite Black elders, they don't play yeah, they serious. They be like, y'all fucked it up. Y'all want to move to y'all do this, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. I fuck with it though.
Ain't nobody gonna check him either. That's the thing about it. Ain't nobody gonna say
No, for what? What?
Ain't nobody gonna say that. But yeah, you talking about how it's kind of the link towards the link to the album. It's
Yeah.
interesting listening to this album and me saying you're writing older. Also, I will say that from the last album to this, you're writing better, in my opinion.
Oh,
And
thank you.
even before,
Niggas was hating.
So I'll be on this website called KTT. It was definitely a lot of niggas I don't know about this one. It's saying let the sun talk. So I definitely seen a lot of that. But what I'm also seeing, a lot of niggas saying I had to listen to it 4 times and now I'm appreciating it. So I think it's a growing a lot of people. It hit me instantly. But before we get into the album, I want to talk about, speaking of Lincoln stuff, the scrapped album. So
yeah,
I want to talk about this because I don't know if you remember this, but we went on live one time on Instagram for a real short amount of time, and you said, I'm gonna text you this song. And you got off a live and you text me this song.
Yeah.
I want to know, was that song going to be on Shango or not? I don't know if you remember the song you sent me.
I'm pretty sure it was.
What will those songs ever come out, or are those just gonna be in the vault?
I pray they can come out in some capacity where people are gonna be able to hear them somehow, some way. I'll do everything in my power to make sure they can. But yeah, I think let me just answer both of them at once. I think the good thing about Shango is that, and the good thing that Shango didn't come out is that I felt like Let the Sun Talk and Shango are both very thematic and critical albums. And all of the introspection of both of those albums come as a result of the criticism, whether I'm criticizing Black people, place in society, Black men's interaction with the Black community, or I'm criticizing Black masculinity as a whole, or how Black masculinity is policed, attacked, whatever, through Shango, right? Versus Let the Sun. Everything that I said about myself was because I was saying that shit. On this album, I just wanted to say stuff about what I wanted to say stuff about and what I've been going through, which make it kind of different. And it forced me to be a little bit more straightforward. And I know that part of my style that people liked was that I can meander sometimes, but still hit a bullseye. But I feel like different devices are in service and I employ them for different ends, you know? And yeah, my next album, I'm hitting niggas over the head with the bars for sure. Because niggas low key is they low key mistake I didn't do it, so I can't do it. When I would say I'm one of the best at it, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't many people that can fuck with me at what I, niggas know what I do. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there.
Were niggas saying you wasn't barring up or something?
Not even that, but I just feel niggas don't really know how or why I may Let the Sun. They just know they like it. So for me to make this different thing, I don't think they understand. Well, I think once you give the theme and the subject matter the proper respect, what it sound like, it make more sense. But you can't expect that from everybody. Everybody who like your music actually don't care who you are. And that's something I grew to appreciate. But then at the same time, fuck them niggas. everything somebody don't like, somebody else will like, you know what I'm saying? And that go for both ways. If I once I go to a different space on my next album from this album, it's gonna be people who like this album who don't like the next one. It's gonna be people who like the first one that like the next one, and there's gonna be people who didn't like none of them, and the next one's gonna be the first one they like, you know. And yeah, I just learned to that shit low key make you more fearless because when you making your first project or your second project, you feeling like all of this pressure to represent yourself as this full sphere when that's not really possible in any kind of cohesive work of art. Whereas now I can show different facets of the diamond on different projects, you know, for different reasons, you know.
Mm.
And I appreciate that opportunity.
Well, I don't even know if you want to get into this and like spill it, but you said niggas don't even understand why you made like those albums. Like, have
Yeah.
you ever gave that like reason out? Like, I guess the main reason why you made the first album and then this album.
So the reason I made Let the Sun Talk was the sun. It was because it's basically like an ode to like my daddy and like how I was raised. It's like the end of my childhood. It was supposed to come out on my 18th birthday. Then it got moved to like my 20th birthday. So I made it when I was like 18 and 19. So my daddy is from this thing called Nation of God's Earth, the 5%. And the 5% number one, which is the black man is the sun. Let the sun talk. The thing on the intro terms and conditions is known as the 12 jewels in that spiritual practice, which basically lay out all of the um, concrete things that Black people should seek to attain. So that's why I made Let the Sun Talk. It was basically like my teenage coming of age and referencing all of the breakings of me becoming a man from a boy that like projects like what's my shit called? No Roses talked a lot about me and my dad going at it and fighting a lot. So that Let the Sun was about me like understanding and coming back and reconciling with everything that he taught me. So Shango, I made that in 2020. I wrote that in the beginning of 2020 through the middle of 2020, right? So that is about Black masculinity in the angry sense, like in the rebellious sense. It's in the wake of the pandemic and it's in the wake of George Floyd. Like I have a song called Vengeance on there that I literally wrote about the protest when we was just going and tearing shit up. It was around the time where I bought my first gun that I made this album. It was a time where I came into my own understanding of masculinity as a destructive force and reconciling that with the creative force of that same aggression. That's why I chose the figure in Ifa Shango to personify that, because he's like a dual figure, but he's a warrior. You know what I'm saying? He's a lover and a warrior. And it was basically me getting into like learning that duality as a man who's living on my own, living with women on my own, carrying my own gun, taking care of my own shit, fighting my own battles, protesting what I had to protest, breaking whatever laws I needed to break, type of occasion. You know what I'm saying? So this album is made like basically as an ode. I lost a baby like at the beginning of this year. Me and my girl did. And it was like really
I'm sorry to hear that.
something. Thank you. It was really like something that changed both of our lives and changed our perceptions of our adulthood, of our love, of our future, and what it made life way more urgent for us. So out of that urgency, I wrote this album. Also, it was reflecting on my time on tour and the time after tour. The baby was in the middle of both of these times. So the time before tour is where songs like Good Ghosts and Reason come from, where I'm dealing with losing my uncle while I'm on the road and like having to feel like I'm achieving things or having to try to make myself still feel proud when I literally can't afford to make it back to my own family funeral. Like that feeling of what the fuck am I doing? You know? The time after the baby is reflected by like my little baby girl cousin dying. And it was in ways that just made me feel really sad and made me feel really powerless. and made like real feelings of futility arise. And that's where like the Chinese finger traps, the opportunity kids, the other album come from. So it's basically me teetering on these three axes of loss and having to relearn how to smile through all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think what you do really well because we're all humans. We all have a range of emotions. We don't feel the same way now, 10 years from now. Like we're going to feel different types of feelings and
Right.
evolve. And I feel like you do a really good job showing that in your music because you can listen to a nigga album from 5 years ago and he just dropped something yesterday and it's like, damn, this nigga making the same exact stuff. He sound the same exact way. I listened to Let the Sun Talk. That's a very different album, not even like stylistically or like sonically, just the way that like the stuff you're talking about, the way you sound, it's just a
Yeah.
much different album from this album. And then Shango, I've only heard that one song, but that doesn't sound anything like off the first of the
Either.
start first.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying where people don't know why I'm making the thing. Like, for example, a song like Having My Way on this album, right? I read a review today that said it's classic rap braggadocio. It's actually the reason why I took a trap beat and made a song where I'm coming out on the song saying having my way with this shit. It's because at the beginning of the song, I feel prideful and ego boost from having my way about my life. At the end of the song, it's like, I just pray the nigga that's keeping the gate with all my people, just let me in the same. It's only me as my ace, my moral compass like casino roulette. Uh, I bet my last and ain't even seen all the cake. It's all from me needing my way. It's about me being alone by me forcing my own hand. You understand what I'm saying? It's about the shame of having my way. But that's why a trap beat was more appropriate. And that's why that delivery is more appropriate for the theme of that song. Even a song like Known Unknowns, like I always knew I wanted to fuck you in school, just ain't know how or when, but now I do. Like that's not an exultate, it's not a celebration. It's actually shame. Like I didn't feel like I could have some shit I could have been had until I got money or I got a chain or I got petty shit that I said it would never matter to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when you if you give it a little bit of time and a little bit of space and a little bit of your own experience that can inform alternate interpretations of what I'm saying and what the sounds I employ, how they help get it across, I think it becomes a fully three-dimensional experience. And I think that about all my music.
No, I do think there's a bunch of songs on here. It's just I think this album in general is an album that you should listen to multiple times. I mean, like you said on Let the Sun Talk, would you say I make
I
music
made
you
the
gotta
songs you
read?
gotta read, yeah.
I don't know how you know I was gonna say that, but yes, it's exactly what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And I can't even say I have a favorite song here. I feel like it's like a 4 or 5 way tie. And I do want to rap goddamn one of my favorite songs, man, because it's just this wasn't one of my favorite songs off of the third listen. Like this just kind of became one of my favorite songs. Niggas say,
Yeah.
I guess that I couldn't love you as good as the clay can. Push hard as
Yeah,
got stuff out. Come on, man.
yeah, nah,
Love
that's
that.
really the one. That's really that one. That's really that one. That was one of the last ones I added. But that one was good too because it was like it's like you ever know like even them first bars like I guess I couldn't love you as good as the clay can, push hard as a daisy. Like you know when somebody die and then niggas be mad like why you leave me with these lame ass niggas. That's basically what I was saying. Like damn we wasn't good enough down here. You had to go, huh? Like to like my love and my lost ones. That shit like mm, shit really be deeper than rap, bro. Like bro, like I had to feel like I wasn't man enough to be somebody's father, or I wasn't a good enough relative to like keep my people around. I ain't tell everybody, I ain't share what that I could to keep them around or even to let them know before they left, even after they left. You know? And song like Good Ghost. It's basically about that kind of like existential shame in the wake of somebody dying, you know?
I don't even know how to word this, but like I remember Kodak, one of my favorite Kodak songs is what it feel like when the vulture cry. And he say
Yeah.
what do you say? He say basically like his cousin, like his homie just died, and like so many niggas done died, he can't even cry no more. Like he done ran out of tears.
Yeah.
And you talking about the grief that you're going through, people handle it differently. Like, are you at the point where because you said like you damn near blaming yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you at the
Yeah.
point where you handling it better, or are you still like struggling with how to deal with that type of grief?
I think I'm always struggle with it, bro, because death is permanent, you know?
Yeah.
And I understand, I'm smart, I'm intellectual enough to know that life is impermanent. But it's certain kind of deaths that, a regular funeral can't make you feel okay with.
Mm.
And there's been a lot of those just in between the last album and this one that I've been having to grow and grow to accept. One of the homies asked me when we was at homecoming, he said, "How do you deal with grief?" I said, "Bro, in order to humanize anybody death without feeling ashamed that you're doing it, is to accept that like all death is a tragedy, you
Mm.
know? Like don't do any self-justification of why people can't be here no more. And then you can accept that they're not here. And only then, you know? But yeah, definitely I'm still growing in my journey of acceptance of the good and the bad, really, you know? And that's really what the shit is about too.
And you ever
Like, mm,
my fault, I ain't cut you off.
mm-mm,
No, I was gonna say, you ever see somebody that's just like, I don't know, like I admire people who one are very disciplined, and I feel like what comes with discipline is like peace, inner peace,
mm,
because you learn that through discipline. And I see certain people that go through messed up stuff, and it's like they still have like the peace to not lose control. Not everybody has that, you know what I'm saying? A nigga could find out his
mhm,
brother died, he ready to go kill a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like
mhm.
versus somebody else, they know how to deal with that better. And I just sometimes wonder, like, how does one get to that point of just like total peace? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think nobody could do it by themselves. Like when my uncle died, it was my first day back on tour, and I was cussing everybody out who was telling me I wouldn't have enough money to make it back to South Carolina. We were in Anaheim, California, or something.
Yeah.
Um, and like I was ready to crash the car. I was ready to be like, "Fuck it, I'll miss the show. I'll do this or do that." Like that shit, that shit don't matter. It was only until like my mama called me and she like, "Well, Cuz loved you and he happy with what you're doing. He was proud of you regardless." I wouldn't be able to accept. I still can't accept that I wasn't there. But I wouldn't even been able to not be there had my mother not told me that.
Mm.
So I think for that kind of discipline, the discipline to not crash the car, the discipline to not lose my mind, I still rely on the people I love so much for that.
Support system is always gonna be something that like people need for sure.
For
And
sure.
like I said, just listen to this album. You talk about so much from the tour, from uh losing people to even like love. Like I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something with y'all North Carolina niggas, but Jamonte Ogban dropped one of my favorite albums last year about relationships, and I'm listening to
Yeah.
something like Three Left Feet, and it's
Yeah.
like, damn, it's like this is like a really good song. Like it's just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you did your thing with that. That's all. I don't really got too much to say about that song. You really did your thing with that song. That's a really, really
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, that shit, like I said before, like the album is made of shit I wish I ain't have to feel. But if I'ma feel it, I'm gonna make the song. I got to.
I mean, and I guess that can go to a song like Chinese Finger Trap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That's what we was
yeah.
talking about. That's probably that's in that tie where I say I got like too many favorite songs where it's like, damn, like I sent that to a nigga who was looking for like new music or whatever. And he was like, bro, like, why you ain't show me this nigga sooner? Like that touched
That's
it.
my favorite song on there. That when I was telling you about my young cousin dying, I wrote that on the way to her funeral where I was like, me and Mitch gonna crash the car. We shed those tears on the highway. Me and Isaiah did the same thing. He went his, I went my way. I'm off to bury another angel I ain't think that could die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when people be real young, that's not even something that be in your mind like that. You know what I'm saying? That they can pass, you know what I'm saying? And like it was me and Amir, we was riding in the car from Atlanta. He took the car after he dropped me off to my people's funeral in South Carolina and just kept going back home to Charlotte. And the whole ride up there, we was just talking. We was having a crazy conversation. We was both feeling crazy, both going through a lot with our families. And I told him then, I was like, bro, this shit is like Chinese finger trap. Like,
Mm,
the harder you work, like, the less you could get out of this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The more you resist, the harder to escape. But yeah,
Nah,
that's definitely my favorite.
that's a powerful song. Like the way you was rapping on there, that was very good. You talking about Amir 704?
Yeah, my dog, my twin, my heart.
Yeah, I know him. Shout out to him. And yeah, like I said, just listening to the way that you were like, that's something that I admire about you, Mike, Sage. Like you niggas have a very great ability of just it's like giving a window to your mind almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like the vulnerability of young black men is something that I feel like isn't displayed enough for a multitude of reasons. And the fact that you guys can give that to black people, I feel like is a gift for us because it can help somebody be like, damn, like this brother is emotionally intelligent enough to do this. I can as well. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to
Damn,
thank you for that.
man, I appreciate that, bro. Like that's, in terms of feeling in service to anything, if I could ever feel like that, if I would ever be entitled to feel like that, I would feel like that's the service I want to be able to give to my people
Mm.
with my music specifically, give voice to feelings that we didn't necessarily have full sentences to describe and to give confidence to like make up your own sentences for those feelings in the future.
Hey, I got faith that you'll always have that because what you said on the album, you said, I see when niggas get famous, the revolution in them die.
And yeah, for sure. For sure.
Why? Why you think that? Or why like why do you think niggas, revolution die when they get famous?
Niggas very excited to be at the cool kids table,
Mm,
you know? Even like, okay, you wanna know a line that's related to that line that don't seem like it?
what?
The one I was talking about earlier. Like I always know I wanted to fuck you in school, just ain't know how or when, but now I do. Like it's like, oh, like that's all. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like niggas really want to be at the cool kids table. Niggas is curious about what it means to be the bully, even
Mm.
if it's not in a in an overtly um applying harm kind of position.
It's like I said, you talk about a lot of interesting.
Especially these rap niggas too. You gotta think, you rap nigga come from a vulnerable kind of artsy fartsy. Even the toughest one, nigga write poetry at the end of the day.
Mm.
Nigga a little in touch with their emotions. So you know what I'm saying? Any all a lot of what rap niggas do and how rap niggas move is intimately related to their childhood.
That's a fact. I'm pretty sure I said this, but I freaking, I do a lot of like studying for psychology or whatever, and
Mhm.
you learn a lot about like, niggas' childhoods basically
Yeah,
and how they are today.
yeah, niggas don't do shit for no reason though.
That is a fact, man. That is a fact. You know what
Mhm.
else is a song that's in that four-way tie, one of my favorites?
Mm.
I feel like I gotta do the jail beat on my chest for that.
Yeah,
Hey, it is what it is now. That's
yeah,
that fire
Jody
right there.
snapped on that bitch. Yeah, she snapped.
I like the fact you
Yeah.
kind of damn near gave her you kind of just like you did your thing for a little minute. You gave her the rest of the song. You was like, hey, you do your thing on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because I ran the marathon on that bitch. Like,
Mm,
you know, and it's like to give a feminine voice, like just as an intermission. And it was more than just an intermission. She really did her thing and like really gave the other end of the story that I was trying to tell with a few of those songs, but specifically on my part of that song. And yeah, it's crazy. Like, yeah, she was really like she was really speaking for people and she ain't know it on that one. And yeah, she just what she was saying and how she was singing it, like she gave me challenges like And I was happy to like let that resonate in the air for the rest of the song.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, shout out to Mindy, man. She really snapped on that bitch.
Nah,
It's
she's
really me and her song like as a duet more than it is my song, you know.
bro, there's so much on here from Quiet on the Set or Quiet on Set. I love that beat. I love the way you approach that beat. That was fire. Of course, Baking Soda. Shout out to my
My
nigga
dog.
here. You know what I'm saying? That nigga went crazy on that. What do you say? I only got respect for the preacher. I only got respect for the reverend. Who got my OG stuff on her hands?
Yeah.
Slid on that. It's so much on. Is there a song that I haven't touched on that Sport Brat is also the flow that you do on Sport Brat? I feel like it's some very complex shit. It wasn't easy on some rapper shit. Like that just wasn't
Yeah.
very, very difficult to pull off. Is there something that we haven't talked about on this album, like a song or anything, or even a line that is like really even before you
The
talk,
reason.
time out. Before you talk, I
Mm.
forgot for that reason. The Zoom shit is about to expire. So this is what we're gonna do.
Oh.
I'm just gonna FaceTime you. We'll finish it on FaceTime. That's cool.
All right, FaceTime him. Hit me.
Bet.
You got my number.
Y'all guys gonna be. And we are going. We've returned from Zoom. Not gonna lie, I was trying to rush stuff because I knew it was finna turn off. But now I don't gotta rush stuff, nigga. I have to get into sport rap because the way you was rapping on there, bro, with the feed my fan a little real the food, reach put the hands on the chemical, bro. That what you say? What you say? No hand check. She said I'm feeling you. Like that way you was in that, you was talking crazy. I need to know like. I don't even know how to ask this question, but like, what was the writing process of that song? Like, did you know you was finna go with that rhyme scheme for that long?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
You was wilding.
That's
You
what
was
I'm
wilding.
saying. Like, I'm really cold with this shit. Not for nothing. Like, but I don't know, bro. That's one of my favorite ones, though. Like, I like to dance. Like, that was one of my only joints where I was just being self-indulgent. That's one of the main reasons I don't know. Cause some of the homies, bro, I'm gonna blame Tebe. This nigga Tebe be making me feel insecure, bro. Sometimes he be telling me, bro, dumb that shit down, bro. Like just slow down, bro. And I slowed down on this shit, but next time, I'm not slowing down on.
You wanna know something funny? I showed a nigga, cause it was like I forget. Damn, what's the EP you dropped in between this? I forget the name of it.
End of the earth.
Into Earth. I feel like that was not some dumb down shit. You was rapping your ass off on that. And
Yeah.
I want to say I showed a nigga something off of that. He was like, bro, this shit too wordy for me. He was like, I can't understand it. Like niggas just like, there's just too much going on. And it's interesting that a nigga like Earl would say something like that because he is like the wordy nigga himself. So like I don't know, like how do you bounce in between that? Because you want to express yourself, but you don't want to, you know.
I'm not no more. I'm violating. My mama. Y'all niggas gonna get all of these bars, but y'all don't understand. I don't give a fuck. Y'all, yeah, this shit gonna be hard though.
Hey man, before we leave, I have to do this. I will only put like fucking 2 seconds of it. But nigga, what is the name of this fucking song? What's that?
Play it again.
I don't want to leak the damn song. I just want to play a little bit.
That shit is called.
Niggas need to hear that. Is what I'm saying.
Oh my god, that shit is so good. That's like one of the best songs I ever made.
Bro, when you sent me
That
that,
shit is
I was like,
called-
nigga.
Yeah, that shit is actually incredible. That shit is called Progress Report.
Will the public ever hear? Or was that on Shango?
Yeah, that was on Shango.
Bro, the public need to hear Progress Report. The public need to hear that, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
when
I
you
might
go.
put that on SoundCloud or the Bone. I don't know. I don't know. I don't figure. The niggas. I was actually just thinking about that song in specific. Like, damn, niggas need to hear this. That shit's actually stupid, bro.
It's funny because now when niggas hear that little snippet I played, they like, what the fuck? Like, this shit need to come out. So, hey, man.
That's happening.
Hopefully niggas will get that. But no, I didn't want to keep you for too long, man. We just had to finish this up over here. So, is there anything else you got to say before we get out of here, my brother?
I would just like to say, whether you believe in yourself or not, you're equally great. So you might as well try to believe in yourself. And I would like to say that, you know, only like so much of this shit matters. So let's have fun. And also, the last thing I would like to say is when you're listening to my music, it's not just like a puzzle to understand or a riddle to understand in order to like make yourself feel more clever for your ability to understand it.
Mm.
It's really um, an adventure to like understand me, the writer. You know, I'm the writer. I'm a person. That's it.
Hey, and like you say, I never thought about it until you said it, but you really do approach your raps like an author, like it's
For sure.
literature. And I feel like one of I'm not a big reader. I need to become a big reader. But what I do know about people who are big readers, their favorite thing about authors is like, oh, like that's a key thing this person does in their books. Like, oh, that's a telltale sign that this person wrote it. And I feel like
Mm.
that comes across in your music, which a lot of people don't have. So yeah,
Character.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have a
I
lot of
try to
character.
maintain character, man, and integrity, man. Yeah, man. And I'm grateful for you, Mr. Eric. Like, you know,
Hey,
you got the damn good RBG behind there going stupid.
they
Like,
got damn liberation colors on my head.
got,
You know what
got a
I'm saying?
Sankofa bird on there. What is that? That's hard.
Hey,
That's hard.
hey,
You on
man.
some rich nigga shit now, bro. I'm glad you can still fuck with him.
Hey, man. Next time we hear an album, you will be on here. Hopefully, if the nigga ain't going Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, man.
Uh,
Nigga gonna be on tour with Drake by that time. You feel me?
I ain't gonna go Hollywood. I want some of that YouTube money you got. You know? Yeah.
Hey, man. Until next time. Hey, also, I would say this to the people watching. I might try to get Mavi on YouTube. He needs to do some YouTube shit. Nigga's way too intellectual to only be dropping shit in music. We need to hear this nigga in goddamn full form vlogs and shit. But
Man,
that's
get me on that shit, man.
hey, on that note, I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. And you guys holla at your boy.